All right, so it's 9:30. Folks, I'm Aaron. I am Limitless Outdoors, and today I am here with Phil Keppel. Phil Keppel owns a bow shop up in New York for Arrows Outdoors. And also today with us is Mitch from G5 Prime Archery. And I'm going to talk about why Mitch is here today in just a little bit. But we're here today because I wanted to take my experience of recovery through archery as an amputee and provide it for another amputee. And what has archery provided for me? Through limb loss, you experience far more than just losing a physical limb. There's a lot of pain, medications. Some people, they get addicted to medication. Alcoholism, depression, anxiety. It affects your work, it affects your home life, it affects your relationships, it can affect your finances. And some people end up boxing themselves into negativity and they end up just closing themselves off from activity in society, and that just snowballs their effect. Archery for me, although I was not new to archery when I lost my limb, it gave me an outlet to the outdoors to stay motivated, to overcome my injuries, my mental injuries, my emotional injuries, and to start living a life at a greater level as an amputee than I ever had as a two-legged person. So this year, thanks to the influence of an amazing man by the name of Chris Ham, he's co-owner of HHA Sports, and he is the founder of HHA USA. Through some conversations with Chris and talking about Limitless Outdoors and my little business that I started in January, I decided that I wanted to tangibly reach out and connect and influence an amputee every year through the sport of archery. So I decided I was going to put together the annual Amputee Archery Grant Initiative, known as A3G. And through the sport of archery, I met Phil, and with Phil's assistance and my love of Prime, Phil connected me with Mitch, and Mitch said, hey, this is something that Prime believes in, and we like supporting our customers, so yeah, we want to go with you on this grant journey, and we want to impact an amputee through Limitless Outdoors and the A3G Initiative. So these gentlemen are joining me today. It took about 8 months of daily effort, of emails and phone calls and text messages and taking pictures and tagging people and emailing them again and calling them again and saying, hey, I'm real, I'm not going away, I need your help. Please help me impact somebody's life. I've been able to put together over $5,000 in archery equipment, industry leading archery equipment for one lucky amputee this year. And we're going to talk about him in just a minute, but I want to give Phil a moment to talk about Arrows Outdoors, and then I'm going to let Mitch say a couple of words as well, and then we're going to jump into the recipient and what's inside this Lakewood bow case.
Yeah. So for Arrows Outdoors, the name comes from my 4 children. My wife and I have 4 kids, and so they're my arrows in my quiver. So that's where the name comes from. And my whole thing with archery is it's a way to connect with people that you wouldn't connect otherwise. And so that got me into starting an archery shop in 2013. It's my second business, but it's something I'm passionate about, I like to do. And it was actually through Aaron's YouTube video that I got to meet him through Latitude Outdoors. I was looking at their saddles, and he put together an impressive video on just a down-to-earth review. And so he had put that together. I watched his video. It really helped me out. We met at the ATA this last year, and I'm like, hey, I know this guy. I felt like I knew him. And so we were able to connect on a much deeper level. I got to hear Aaron's story, got to share a little bit of my story, and I was like, this is something I definitely want to be behind. I don't care if it costs me, I'm into this. And so we're talking with Prime. I said, look, I don't care if I got to buy the bow or whatever. We need Prime behind this thing because you're such a good company. And they were like, no, hey, we're gonna do this. So I'm just so grateful just to be a small part of this. I feel like I'm the guy on the sideline. Aaron's been doing a ton of work and reaching out. But even just listening to the podcast from Chris Ham in HHA USA, if you don't follow that podcast, you can go on and listen to more of Aaron's story. But hearing that brought up memories of other people that I know that haven't taken the passion to overcome injury, or maybe it's not an amputee, maybe there's something else in your life that emotionally has torn away from you and it feels like something's been torn away. That passion for life that Aaron is talking about is so needed. You can't just hide in a shell. There's wounds emotionally, physically, spiritually, but you need to move past that. And I just love your enthusiasm towards the outdoors, but not just for yourself. You're doing it for other people. So thank you for letting me be a part of what you're doing.
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, it's been such a pleasure.
I feel honored.
Mitch, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, absolutely. When Phil reached out to us and shared a little bit about your story, we were like, this is awesome to have him on the prime team. And just reading through it and the grant program, immediately I knew this was something we needed to get behind. So when that opportunity came up, it was a no-brainer. I mean, anytime we can get anybody into the sport of archery, let alone somebody that's given so much, that's just what this is all about. It's giving back. It's not all about what I can do for me. It's about the whole sport and the community of archery. So we're just blessed with the opportunity to help out whenever we can, and we really do appreciate it.
Mitch, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And this gentleman today is going to thank you immensely. So we are at the Pennsylvania Total Archery Challenge right now. You can see the banners in the background. We have the practice ranges right behind us, and it's just poetic that we get to announce this year's grant recipient at such an amazing archery event. Without further ado, this I experienced was the most challenging portion of offering and working a grant program. I put a lot of time in putting stuff together, but once I started having application letters come through and I had to read through each and every letter, trying not to get emotional, everybody's story is amazing. And again, something I already knew, every single letter that I received were individuals that have dealt with multiple issues that I have had to work through as well to get to where I am today. I wanted to provide a bow package to every single person that submitted an application letter this year. But I'm not able to do that. I had to choose one. And it came down to, I was driving up to TAC from Virginia Beach in my truck, just rolling through the letters and the words that I had read, and I had to pick one. So this year, Andrew Maceck, you are the recipient of the A3G Initiative, and super excited. So who is Andrew Maceck? All of my grant letters this year had some type of connection or history with archery. So I did not have a single individual that was brand new to archery. So I had to try to factor that into my selection. Andrew is a 49-year-old husband and father. He lost his arm. He is an upper extremity amputee. He lost his arm in a tragic work accident in 1999. So he has, I'm terrible with math, but if my math is correct, gentlemen, he's been living well over 2 decades without a limb.
23 years. I was married in 99.
23 years without a limb. And he shared with me that he has suffered all of the tragedies that go along with limb loss. Alcoholism, problems with work, problems with relationships, problems with depression and anxiety. And through archery, through target archery, he was able to start rebuilding his life. Through the support of his family, through the support of his faith, he was able to start pulling his life back together. He has had a lifelong dream of hunting. He's been a target archer, and he hopes to aspire to the level of the Olympics. It's one of his goals, and he wants to inspire other amputees through archery and his abilities at that level. He's never hunted before, and it's one of his dreams. And so this year, Limitless Outdoors, with the help of many great companies, including 4 Arrows Outdoors and Prime, Mitch at Prime, we're providing this bow package right here to Andrew. It will be delivered in July, so that this fall he can go out and pursue his dream of harvesting big game animals. So we have a beautiful Lakewood bow case right here that was donated by Lakewood. Thank you guys very much. We don't have the entire package in here, but we have some pretty cool items to pull out of the box and show everybody what we have going on. So Bill, I'm going to let you pull this out because you did so much work on obtaining this item.
All right.
So the first thing that we're going to pull out, it's what everybody wants to see.
Check that out. That is the Prime Inline 3, and it's left-handed. He's going to get to choose his color, but you guys haven't seen the Inline 3s or been to a local dealer, you got to check out the Primes for sure. But that is one sick bow right there.
Inline 3, flagship bow from Prime from this last year. It's an amazing bow. Love it. What else do we have in here, guys? So I should have wrote it down. I didn't want to stand up here with a piece of paper in my hand as I was talking to the camera, so I'm going to try to hit everybody as I go through the list. So just to make this easy, I'm just going to start by going through stuff that's that will be attached to the bow. So my friend Chris Ham at HHA Sports, he has donated a rest and a stabilizer for the bow. Aaron Lasco with EZV bow sights has donated the EZV for the bow. Seth Poston with Sirius Archery Products has donated a dozen custom arrows for Andrew to shoot through the inline, and along with that, one stringer arrow wraps. We'll be sending Seth a dozen custom wraps for the arrow build. Zinger Fletches has donated the Zinger Fletches, and VIP Archery has donated broadheads to Andrew. Yeah. Vortex donated a Ranger and hats and stickers. So Andrew, you have a beautiful Ranger 1800 coming your way. Next to mine. Mora Knives is donated a nice knife. And now I get to start going from memory. So we have Badlands has also donated one of their soft cases and a bow sling. Badlands is another great company. I have College Park Industries. They make prosthetics, and I wore their tactical soleus for 9 years on active duty after I recovered and returned to my job in the military. Incredible foot. When I reached out to them and shared what I was doing, merely asking them to advertise and help me connect with amputees that might be interested, they sent me a $500 check in support of the A3G Initiative. River Valley Pawn and Gun out of Alma, Arkansas sent me a $200 check in support of the A3G Initiative. I had a wonderful company connect me with Delta McKenzie targets, and they sent me 2 block targets so Andrew can shoot in his backyard if he's able and it's legal. We have Frontline Archery up in Wisconsin. They've donated a 5-arrow tight spot quiver for the bow. Michael Sims of Michael Rustic Designs. He's a veteran and good friend of mine. He's a 26-year Navy veteran. Incredible woodworker, and he made a custom burned American flag that we're sending to Andrew to hang in his archery shop or in his house or wherever he wants to put it. They're beautiful. I have one hanging in my home. They're stunning. Wow, I know I'm crispy boots. So just yesterday, wow, it should be so fresh in my mind. Center Boot Company, they're the sole crispy dealer in Pennsylvania. They have a tent here at the TAC this weekend, they've donated a brand new pair of crispy boots to Andrew. We just need your size and the model that you want. They're going to ship you a new pair of boots. So Latitude Outdoors, I'm wearing their shirt. They're on the side of my truck. They're a tree saddle company, and they contacted me and said, hey Aaron, we want to help you with your grant. How can we be a part of this? Do you think your recipient would be able to use a saddle? And I use a saddle. It's my favorite way to hunt. And I told them, I said, if we can get the A3G Initiative up in a saddle, I think that would be amazing. So when I got in contact with Andrew to let him know that he was being selected, this was yesterday, I asked him if he had any interest in trying to climb a tree in a saddle. His answer was an astounding, yes, I want to give that a shot. So in July, when I present him with all the gear, I'm going to bring all of my saddle equipment, all my Latitude equipment with me to the site. We're going to find a tree and we're going to put Andrew up in a tree. And if he's stable and he's confident and he likes it, Latitude is donating an entire saddle climbing system to Andrew. If Andrew's not able to do that, then Latitude Outdoors is going to donate the saddle to the program so that we can generate funds for A3G in future opportunities. I think, man, I think we've covered everybody.
If we missed anybody, Aaron, follow along on this guy's page because he posts everything. Very good at that. It's hard to remember everybody.
Hot Shot Archery
There you go.
donated a release. Andrew's he has one arm. He's a mouth tab shooter. However, Robin at Hot Shot, when I let him know that my final selection was an upper extremity, he said, Aaron, keep the release. We've already donated it to you, so use it as a giveaway or a fundraiser for A3G, or you can use it for next year if your selection next year happens to be somebody that can utilize a release. So Hot Shot, thank you very much for your donation and also for your flexibility due to the candidate that Limitless Outdoors selected this year. We really appreciate that donation. I think that's it. I think that's it. Again, if I miss somebody, I apologize. So with that said, we're gonna pack things up here, and we have archery courses to go shoot, and gonna give you back your time, and thank you all very much.
Yeah.
Be limitless.